The MonsterVerse creators have led us to believe that Godzilla evolved to take on Shimo and the Skar King. But what if that was nothing more than a clever way of hiding what will ultimately be the king of the monsters' destiny? Perhaps he didn't power up to take on the evil ape and his captive titan, but instead was and still is preparing for something much more crucial to this universe. And we're gonna theorize on this, so smack the like button if you're excited for more MonsterVerse theories, and let's get to it. Godzilla has always been evolving since he first stumbled his way into existence within this cinematic universe we call the MonsterVerse. He grew substantially after humanity detonated the atomic bomb on him. He grew more muscular and threatening after his confrontation with the Muto Prime, which helped him have a fighting chance going against Ghidorah. Evolving yet again to be even larger and more aggressive than ever after Serizawa made the ultimate sacrifice. In Godzilla vs. Kong, he adapted his body to fire more on all cylinders, allowing him to no longer need daily power naps in between his appearances on the surface, and to whoop a lot more ass. In the New Empire, we saw a violent Goji not just need but demand more power. Godzilla had become the dangerous monster, scouring the globe for more and more atomic energy, no matter the cost or destruction attached to it, a decision that he would not tolerate for any of the other titans. But being king comes with benefits, which ultimately led to Godzilla murdering Tiamat for her vast source of stockpiled energy, resulting in Godzilla having his greatest mutation yet. And go subscribe to BEASTOPIA as a sign of thanks for letting us use their facility. If you like monsters and beasts beyond Godzilla, you'll love that channel. All of that seems like a lot of buildup for a 15-minute battle, with an ape that wasn't really all that powerful, and an old friend who was reluctantly working with Skar, and ultimately was a big powerful softie. GXK and its novelization try to convince us that Godzilla somehow knew Skar and Shimo were inbound for domination. But yet we see a Godzilla that doesn't show any concern towards the Hollow Earth. And when Kong emerges, it's clear Godzilla has no idea what's going on and needs to be told by Mothra about the threat below before he would allow himself to even go there. If he did in fact know about the Skar King's goal, he would have gone down to the Hollow Earth and did more to prevent this from happening in the first place. With the new changes to the lore of the MonsterVerse, Godzilla himself was able to trap the entire Kong civilization in their section of the Hollow Earth. And I'm gonna make a video on these lore changes pretty soon, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So there was no reason why he couldn't have gone back down to check up on things, especially with him now supposedly being dozens of times stronger than he was during ancient times. But we do know that some instinct, was causing Godzilla to go way out of behavior in order to grow more powerful. Something that truly concerned Godzilla. An inevitable, unseeable fate that drew near. With Goji's powers, it could literally be almost anything. Perhaps it's even a sense of foreshadowing that allows Godzilla to almost see the future. But what could this threat be? Ultimately, Godzilla holds the key to existence of life on Earth in this universe. We all know that he is the chosen one, and that he will be the final line in whatever danger that awaits. The entirety of the MonsterVerse timeline has focused on Godzilla evolving to take on whatever enemy was next. But once again, what could this real threat be? In the Hollow Earth, we already see that it's full of mysteries, and once held giants to make Godzilla seem like a rodent. Clearly, this universe has had numerous dangers that have been vastly superior to Godzilla. In this strange world, anything is possible, just like if the true threat came from outer space. Ghidorah had already come from a place far, far away, and it said he was actually a lesser of his kind, and that his homeworld hosts members of his species significantly more powerful than he. Could we finally see a new galactic threat in the form of King Ghidorah? I've talked about this a few times on the channel now. Or if not that, perhaps a massive alien invasion, one that places Godzilla against legions led by a cybernetic alien kaiju, maybe with a Cyclops eye even. But maybe I'm looking way too deep into this. Maybe the answer is staring right at us in the mirror. The first enemy of Godzilla was mankind, and the very first enemy to actually kill Godzilla. Could we be looking at the inevitable here? Could the true threat to Godzilla be us? We've already seen now in this universe, not once but twice, that humans can create technology that can mop the floor with Godzilla, literally. The Oxygen Destroyer and Mechagodzilla were both prototypes of untested technology, and they both worked very well still. Just imagine what humans could produce with years of preparation, using technology and science that wasn't still in the testing phase. And with the Beast Glove, we yet again saw how humanity is more than capable of creating Titan-killing weaponry. And just like before, the Beast Glove was still a prototype. For this theory, I have two potential routes the story can go, both of which have the governments of the world finally having enough of the Titans after thousands of deaths and billions upon billions of dollars of damage. We humans are gonna go to war with the Titans. But we already know that while humans can create Titan-killing weapons, overall it's very difficult, and 90% of our weapons are practically useless against the stronger Titans like Godzilla. So while our standard military weapons would absolutely punch holes in Titans like the Kongs or Warbats or any of the lesser ones, we're gonna need a secret weapon for the alphas. But what would that be? We already saw the Mecha Godzilla route, so that's off the table. But what if we create a mech not in the shape of a monster, but in our own image? Sounds like a kaiju fan fantasy, right? Seeing Pacific Rim-like mechs like the Jaegers leading a vast army of tanks and aircraft into battle against the Hollow Earth Titans would be a true sight to see. And we already seen how this is possible in the lore, with Mecha Godzilla and the giant mech that was created to be used to hunt Titans in the comic The Hunted. All of this was funded and backed by one rich man as well. So with a little time, effort, and thought put into it by the nations of the world, who knows what sort of monsters we would be able to create of our own. But what if humans unknowingly already created the monster? You know where I'm going with this. Ever since Legendary decided to use the Oxygen Destroyer on Godzilla and Ghidorah, we've all thought it's only a matter of time before Destroya, or a beast similar, shows up in the MonsterVerse. But to ensure that it's not a ripoff of Godzilla vs. Destroya, what if this new beast is caught before it gets to its full form, and then trained or forced to fight for humans? Humans in this universe have long wanted to use Kong as a weapon, but his attitude and independence ultimately made this impossible. But if humans were able to shape a Titan from a young age and mold it to become their weapon of war, we could see humanity taking note from the Skar King, utilizing our tools and bigger brains to make our own champion, more reliable than a mech powered by a telepathic evil alien skull. In the end, no matter which theory or what ultimately does happen in this story, Godzilla's gonna be tested. A war between the surface and the Hollow Earth could lead to the entire planet's destruction, and perhaps Godzilla's gonna be stuck in the middle of it, having to stop both the Titans and the humans from killing themselves and his home. But what do you think? Do you think Godzilla evolved for something greater than the events of GXK? Let me know in the comments. So it's been a while since I've been able to put together some decent MonsterVerse theories. At this point, the way they're crafting the movies makes it kinda hard to do so, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like. And I got a few more theories in the works, so make sure and stick around to Dangerville. As always, this has been Jacob, and I'll see you in the next one.